Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about all about lead generation, all about lead conversion, all about how to make it on LinkedIn, how to post content that converts. And today I'm going to uncover my formula for my powerhouse of two, LinkedIn and YouTube. We're going to talk about why, we're going to talk about how to implement it correctly, and we're going to talk about content system that converts. We're going to talk about the content system that converts. So, yo, drop drop in the chat, drop in the chat why, like letter Y, if you try to create content on YouTube. Drop letter Y in the chat or in the comments if you try to if you try before to create content on YouTube. Also, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what kind of business you are running. Like, is it an educational business? Is it coaching business? Is it like, are you providing a service? Are you selling a product? Tell me what kind of business you're running. Why it is important, y'all? Why it is important? Because wealth is created by collaboration. And even if you are watching this on replay, let us know what kind of business you're running. Because listen, this is your opportunity to again go forward and put yourself out there, put your business out there. This is why I encourage people to actually brag and talk about their businesses because wealth is created through collaboration. Wealth is created through networking. So this is why it is important. So, let me check. Let me check air that I'm in the life everywhere, and let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. And let me pull my presentation and share and present it. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So, people on Instagram, I apologize. I apologize. Hello, Lynn. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining on Zoom. Like, really appreciate you. Um, hey, like, no, it's okay. You can be on camera. Let me just pin my video and people can see only speaker. All right. So let's start with why LinkedIn. And Lynn, you probably know already why LinkedIn, right? Like, it is friendly algorithm is only 1 to 3% of people share content on LinkedIn, and it's a search engine. And plus, people have more fluent buyers. So for my people on Instagram, for my people on Facebook, for my people on YouTube as main platforms, this like what I like about LinkedIn, if you, especially like yesterday, somebody asked me if it is a time consuming, and it's not time consuming. It is not time consuming at all. Because on LinkedIn, you can post 3 times a day, 3 times a week, and it's actually recommended to focus on relationship building on LinkedIn versus like generating insane amount of content. The only time I overly produce my content is when I am launching, when I'm running webinars, when I'm running master classes. I never go live every single day or like more than like 1 time or 2 times a week. Normally, this is only when I'm actively making an invitation for the people. And my invitation for you today, book a call with me. Drop in the comments, book a call. I will reach out to you to book a call with me. Drop in the comments, book a call with me. So like this is why LinkedIn. And also, I want to like for my Instagram friends in Listen, if you watch my presentation in Instagram, I apologize. I will upload the whole file where you can see the whole slide. Unfortunately, Restream can't accommodate me with that right now. But for my Instagram friends, right, I just want to make a comparison, like just what kind of customers I am dealing with on like when I'm talking to people on Instagram versus when I'm talking to people on LinkedIn. On Instagram, for example, a lot of people like, first of all, Instagram is very spammy place. LinkedIn can be spammy too. It's a little bit different quality of spam. But like both platforms can be spammy. On Instagram, people are tired of people making unauthorized offer, an offer without permission. And what I hear, what I talk to people and I say, hey, like, looks like we have a great conversation. Looks like you have really a great business and really great goals. And like, clearly you are open for like to receiving help. Let's schedule a consultation. And the first question people ask me like, oh, well, how much it is? Are you going to make me an offer? Oh, is it going to be a sales call? Versus LinkedIn, people reach out to me, hey, I'm not sure if I'm qualified for your program, but I would like to have a conversation. Two different quality of buyers, more affluent buyers versus like also like two different cultures, right? Two different social media cultures, because like I'm not eager to schedule anything with anyone on Instagram because I know like the credibility is like lower typically, and also like there's a lot of noise on other social media platforms. So uh, but why YouTube? Let's talk about why YouTube, why you should be on YouTube. And let me say that really clearly. You should have one main platform and one secondary platform. So when YouTube and LinkedIn they work together as a well-oiled machine, this is what happens. LinkedIn, and I know like people who had LinkedIn training, you already know that LinkedIn is a search engine. Guess what? YouTube is a search engine too. YouTube is a search engine too. And YouTube is a very demanding platform. Let me tell you that. LinkedIn or YouTube is very demanding platform. It is facts. To grow on YouTube is hard. But we like you can't deposit your follower amount to your wallet, to your nothing goes to your Stripe account unless like you monetize your channel. And even if you monetize your channel, right, until you see real money, like it's a long game. But again, if you're a service provider, if you're a coach, if you are a mentor, if you're a professional, like you are on YouTube not to grow your following like crazy and monetize your account. So well, I mean, you can do that. Absolutely. I would do that. Well, as soon as I'm eligible for monetization, I will monetize my account, like multiple streams of income, 100%. But my focus is to deliver value, to connect with customers. And also, when people search my name, when people search the topic that I'm talking about, if I optimize my search correctly, guess what? My name will pop up, and that video with my face, with my name, will pop up too. Let me tell you a story. Um, Back in my corporate days, I started my YouTube channel and I registered my LinkedIn account. And back in the days, LinkedIn was not what it is today. So it was not like very much optimized for videos, but like what I would do, I would post a video about my professional topic. And my last career was software engineer. Well, like first, like quality assurance tester, software quality assurance tester, QA, then software engineer, mobile engineer to creating mobile apps. And I will create videos on the topic. And this is what I teach my career coaching clients, right? Because like how how do you get promotions? How do you establish your as a thought leader, right? Like through your content, create a YouTube video, share it, and share it on LinkedIn. And this is exactly what I was doing. I was sharing my videos on the LinkedIn. I did not know that you should that I didn't know that you should not post links directly in your post before. My feed was just my videos and with a short description. Hey, I just recorded a video, like check it out. So, or I would also like created articles on LinkedIn with my videos inside of that article. So what does it mean? I was cementing my name in Google searches without knowing that, because articles on LinkedIn will be on Google searches. LinkedIn videos or LinkedIn videos will be on Google searches, and when two and two connected, like it's unbreakable chain of search results with your name when you are talking about as a subject matter expert based on the offer that you're doing. And this is why I always like when I work with my clients, I always encourage them to start a YouTube channel. This is not an intense journey. This is not like, oh, like I want to be a famous YouTuber. No. This is your engine for nurturing. Also, I don't know about you, but when I connect with a mentor, when I connect with a coach, on any platform, I would like to learn more about them. What are they saying? What they're talking about? Let's say one of my very early coaches that I connected with, before I signed up for her master class, I was binging her YouTube channel, which wasn't much, right? And I was a little bit frustrated, like, okay, like why there's no like when there's not that much content on YouTube, right? But I signed up for a masterclass. But again, like if it was just a LinkedIn, if it was just like one platform, and like not and there's no bingeable content for me to get to know that person, because on Tuesday I we were talking about it takes 7 hours for people to spend with you before they make buying decision. 7 hours and 11 touches. Another formula, 22 touches, 23 touches. But in general, people need to spend time with you before they fully trust you, right? And it's a theory, or okay, like it may vary case by case, but in general, a cold lead needs to spend 7 hours with you, with your content, with your nurturing, with your teaching. And it can be podcast, it can be a YouTube channel, it can be like your videos, right? Like your long format content. Long format content is where people convert eventually, right? Because they're learning from you, they're getting a lot of value from you, they're being nurtured. And this is how no like and trust factor is created. Like this is essential, right? When people land on my account on LinkedIn or maybe Instagram, like they will eventually end up on my YouTube channel. And one of my clients, I asked him, like, why did you make a buying decision? What did you buy from me? Because listen, whenever you are acquiring a new customer, and if you don't ask them, why did you buy? You are missing out on market research. This is the data. This is the data for your marketing content. This is the data for for your launches. This is the data that you can use. Like people hire me because, and my client said, I hire you, i I'm working with you because I was binging your content on YouTube, and what you say makes sense, and like everything that you say, everything that you teach makes sense. And by the way, certain content that my client watched was nothing related to the offer. It's just like, again, no like and trust. And video, this is why video is so essential. It creates that energetic connection. Like I'm talking to you, and whenever I'm making my content, I'm talking to one person. And when I'm talking to one person, and everybody hears me. So, like, this is why the powerhouse of two is so essential. And in my program, I always teach clients how to make that powerful connection and increase the lead generation with that. And whether it's lead generation, like people hitting you up for B2B contracts, for corporate contracts, or for your coaching program, for your business, right? The mechanism is the same. The mechanism is the same. This is why it is important to have powerhouse of two. Also, you don't own social media platform. You don't own social media platform because anything can happen, right? To your LinkedIn profile. It's sad, but it's true. LinkedIn is a little bit more secure platform than others, but like algorithms can change. Something may happen, right? But you should have legacy somewhere outside of your main platform where you can repurpose and utilize that content that you already have, that legacy that you already have. For me personally, I decided not to start not to grow my new channel and instead go back to my old channel and start growing my audience out of my old tech audience to entrepreneurs. Because in fact, this is how my business coaching involved. People would come to me for career coaching and people would start asking me, how do I run business? Okay, that's great. But like after I get a job, how do I run business? How do I do what you do? Oh, like I have a little mentorship business. How do I expand? How do I charge more than $20 per hour for my mentorship business? How do I convert my course into high ticket coaching program? Right? People started asking me those questions, and especially this, like, actually, those were objections on my consultations when I would make an offer to people and say, "Hey, like, do you want to work with me?" And people would say, yeah, I do, but I don't want to land a job. I know how to land a job, but like I want to rather do what you do and how you work with clients and work outside of corporate. And that those were more signals, right? Like when I had 10 objections, um, based on like I don't want to have a job, I want to have a business. I'm like, okay, this is even my previous audience, even tech audience wanted. Right. But again, like this is how people convert. So we talk about I just missed the whole slide and I kept talking, but we were talking about why both, right? And kind of to summarize for you why you should have both, why you should have LinkedIn and why you should have YouTube, because you combine two giant search engines. Somebody on Instagram said, like, well, like Instagram is also a search engine. Well, many platforms will become search engines indeed, but again, people when they're looking for higher value, higher education, and when I say higher education, I don't mean colleges. I mean like something practical, right? Like they like two main platforms that they go is YouTube and LinkedIn. If it's not on LinkedIn and it's on YouTube, I would never search Instagram how to make high ticket sales, how to create business plan, because again, the quality of content, the quality of creators on those platforms lower. And I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, right? But like the quality of creators on those platforms, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for to create a business plan for like multiple six-figure business. That business that is heading to 1 million. No, I don't need to create a business plan for digital product, like a little funnel with like, I don't know, like with a stand store or whatever people are using for like $20 courses, stuff like that. Like, no, I'm talking about serious business plan. So where do I go? I go on LinkedIn, I go on YouTube, and I will listen to thought leaders in my industry, in business industries, like to get insights and ideas. And when I land on the information that resonates with me, I will stack that creator for a second on social media and learn more from them and make a buying decision because I've been nurtured. I found what I was looking for, um, and I make connections. Like this is why both. This is why both. So, like, let's talk about the system, the content system that, like you came here for, like, to learn how to 10x your lead generation, 10x your lead conversion. So let me start with this. And when it comes to content strategy, it is important to realize where you are at in the season of your marketing, because you can't just post content for the sake of posting content, because there's a nurturing sequence, there's a nurturing period. When you're starting out or when you're pivoting, it is about 90 days. You should nurture your people for about 4 weeks, providing value, building community, connecting with the right people. Like, it's a long game. Patience is a virtue. And it's a long game. So about 2 to 4 weeks, you are creating value. And this is how I started my business, right? I started creating value. I started educating people on the gaps, on what they really needed, right? I started asking and surveying my customers, and also, like, when in that nurturing sequence, your job is to provide value and, like, get as much information as you possibly can from your audience by polls, surveys, DM conversations, non-sales call coffee chats where you just exchange the value, exchange, like, why are you following me? What do you want to learn more about? So what about my content resonates with you? Stuff like that. And then after you nurture your audience, and nurturing posts can be like, somebody asked, like, is it video, is it written post, is it carousels, like, what works? So posts work well. You should ask people, you should survey your customer. uh I want to preface that you should ask better questions, because your poll can flop really quickly, and nobody is going to vote, or you're going to have skewed results if you ask wrong questions. Let me explain and expand what I mean by that. So when I was making pivot to do business coaching and high ticket sales coaching, right? I Before I had enough people in my audience that were interested in running a business, um, I asked my audience, like, what are you looking for? Are you looking to find a new job, start your business, or become a thought leader or something like that, or get a promotion, right? Three questions. And at a time, majority of my audience were like corporate job oriented. Everybody voted for a job, and everybody who voted for a job couldn't afford my services. I asked a wrong question. And also, I asked my question a little prematurely. So, like, right question at the right time, it is essential. So, like, when you're starting out, you know your offer, like, you have an idea, you have an assumption who you're working with, start asking them questions. And more important, and if people don't answer, it's not that polls don't work, it's that nobody wants to answer you. You might be asking a wrong question, or you may not develop enough trust with your audience that people will go ahead and answer you. Because also, like, to get an answer, you have to earn the answer with the content, with the value that you provide. This is really essential. So after that, you create content, right? That from like that drives them to your main product and your main offer. And like that can be your kind of like your first, yes, your conversation starter. So this is where you create content, provide value, and at the end of your, like, on your call to action, you ask people to engage with you. You say, hey, if you want to release your energetic blocks by summer, or by a certain period of time, by the holidays, and live happy and fulfilled life, drop live now in the comments, and I will send you the details. Also, short post where you announcing like a case study. Let's say you're forming a new group, or like you're doing something in your program. So say, hey, like, I'm conducting a case study. That's another marketing method that you can put together. Hey, I'm conducting a case study. Like, for example, and it can be your coaching program, it can be your services. For example, for me, I'm only looking for 3 people, and it's for real, for real. It's not just theoretical example. With my coaching program, I only looking for 3 one-on-one people, who 3 entrepreneurs who will work with me one-on-one for 6 months, to to position your high ticket offer correctly, increase your lead generation, and increase your link conversion through sales training, and through content marketing, through messaging coaching. Because when your messaging is right, and when you know how to sell, and for sales framework, I use the challenger sale model. And you can absolutely read the book. So like it's not my book, but like this is that would be a really great foundation. And content marketing. And also how to integrate the challenger sale model in your content marketing, because you have to be a leader, you have to lead your audience. You have to lead your audience. And this is why challenger sale model is so powerful, because it goes beyond sale. And when I break down the content pillars, the content seasons rather, this is what I mean. And also, another very important point for your content, you have to be acutely aware that majority of your audience is in problem unaware state, in problem unaware or problem aware state. They're not ready for your solution. This is why you you should break down your content pillars into 3 categories, if not 4. Category number 1, problem unaware. What can you deliver? How can you help your audience to realize and recognize that they have indeed the problem that you're solving? They have the symptoms. They don't have, like, they might have symptoms, but they may not have um the word for it. So also, when they're problem aware, let's say they know that, like, whatever problem, for example, for me, like the problem that a lot of entrepreneurs have that come to me, the problem is the messaging. They do have social media presence, they have community that likes them and knows them, but their messaging isn't correct. This is first blind spot. And another blind spot is the price. And the third blind spot is the offer positioning, but it comes with messaging and with the business structure, with the business model, right? As a foundation. So if I start my content backwards, I say, hey, this is how you sell on LinkedIn, right? Or This is a business model that will scale your business. And I give people exactly how to do that right away. A lot of people will miss that because again, they may not even know that it's the problem. It's not because the content is not good, it's because people are not aware. And especially for my coaches who are dealing with or who are delivering not necessarily tangible results, right? For life coaches, spiritual coaches, uh, all people are energetic beings. And the problem that you are solving is quite essential problem for them, right? Find the alignment, find the harmony, release the stress, the anxiety, the blockages, right? But many people don't have the vocabulary for that. They're not aware that something is not working. Oh, my business is just not working. Oh, I'm just feeling constantly tired. They can't put a name to it. But once they put a name to it, once you help them to form and diagnose the problem, then they're ready to talk about the solution. And the third content pillar that is in your marketing is your solution. You talk about possible solutions and you start differentiating. And then you drop down into your product. And then you continue the conversations in the comments and in DMs when people are most aware of of your product, of your solution. So they're very easy and they're very close to that stage when they can a decision whether to say yes or whether to say no. Either way is fine, but these are the stages that people are going through. And a lot of the times when coaches talk about like content pillars, oh, like Monday motivation, then like Tuesday provide value, Wednesday we sell on Wednesday, Thursday we share personal development tips, Friday is a snowflake or another personal development tips, and the weekend is like personal posts. That doesn't make sense because all of those pillars they're missing, they're going by your customer awareness. Like, yeah, they get to know you better, yeah, they get motivated. I mean, yeah, like it's cool that you share what you learn and what you study, I guess. But again, you're like, and again, you are not content creator, you're a content marketer because your content becomes less about you, less about your offer, and more about your customer. And when you start talking about your customer, when you start talking about their problem, when you start talking about what they want, when they start talking about their transformation, then people start listening. People start to listen and start to raise their hands. And it doesn't matter if it is like a carousel, a written post, selfie, video is important. Like one thing I say about video, uh, um, the video content, right? Like there's a short form and long form. So, LinkedIn just introduced a video tab. I'm going to show you something. I hope you can see that. Um, I hope you can see that. So, if you see this, or like right here, like I don't know if you can see that this well, like there's a video tab, like right here, and when I click, like these are the videos, and a lot of people that are on those videos, I'm not connected with them. It's A/B testing. You may not have it because, like, sometimes I would send people a connection request from the video tab, and they're like, "Oh, there's a video tab." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I don't see it. Like, well, I'm a video creator, right? And LinkedIn, like, probably open it up for me because I create a lot of videos. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know how LinkedIn did it, right? But this is like short video content. This is excellent problem unaware content where you can bring the awareness of the problem that people might experience. Short video content, the language that your ideal qualified customer would use. And also it's amazing lead generation platform because if people are posting video, short format video on LinkedIn, they're probably active users anyway. You're probably going to hit an active user. So, and this is how I started adding more people to my network. I'm like, oh, like I want to create with, I want to connect with more video creators because, like, first of all, like they're a little bit more, like they might be a little bit more closer to problem aware or even solution aware stage because they already know that they need to create content. They already know that they need to put their messages, like their messaging out there, and they already know that it's an excellent way to like connect with people and generate leads. So all I need to do is to point out what is missing in their messaging and start conversations. So I'm gonna share with you a little bit of case studies today. And as I'm sharing my case studies, if you have questions, drop your questions in the chat and I will address those questions as well because I also have Q&A. I also I think I answer a lot of questions in my previous video, like in yesterday's session, but like keep your questions coming on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, and especially if you are with me on Zoom. And if you're not on Zoom, don't be shy. Like, as I know, a lot of you have the Zoom link, but you're hanging out with me on other social media platforms. Feel free to join the Zoom. Like, I don't bite. So, drop your questions. And also, before I share the case studies, the enrollment for my program is open and it's application-based enrollment. So how you can enroll in my program is by booking a call with me. Drop in the comments, book a call, or send me a DM to book a call with me. And like on that conversation, somebody asked me yesterday, are you going to present me an offer on your consultation? This consultation like is designed for really helping you to make a decision for your business. It's not hard sale call. It's not like high pressure sale call. This is a consultation. This is me learning about your business. And I am being as discerning as you are if it is the right step to move forward. And if it is, I will make you an invitation. In fact, I'm making an invitation to you right now to book a call with me and start conversation. But what we're going to talk about your business. We're going to do like a short analysis of the gaps in your business. What is missing right now? What is not working right now for your business to start converting and generating customers for your high ticket offer. Also, if you don't have high ticket offer yet, I strongly encourage you to book a call with me to see how you can convert or create high ticket offer with your business. All right, let me go with my case study. So this is my client, and this is another my client that I'm really proud of. So again, like I work with different clients on different spectrum. Like yesterday, I went live with my client Monique, and Monique was like not a new entrepreneur. She already had an offer. She already had high ticket offer, like 5-figure offer. All right. And the problem that she had was sales training and offer positioning, sales training on offer positioning. And we were able to do that and also like pretty much like sell like get her offer sold out as well. So, and now we're working on the capacity, right? Because like there are two problems, right? First, we need to generate people, generate leads, make sales. But when we start making sales, we like if we if we don't think about our capacity, we get sold out pretty quickly, which is a good problem to have. But another problem is capacity. So, with Donovan, where we started, like Donovan is on another spectrum of my clients. Donovan came to me with like with a general offer as a tech mentor, and also Donovan had $20 consultations. And again, when it comes to pricing, it comes with your identity. It comes with your identity and with your mindset, with your money mindset, how you treat money, right? So, no prior sales training, no clarity on the business strategy. And but what we were able to do that we were what we were able to do in the program through sales training, through offer positioning, through building powerful networks, through putting him out there, through creating a launch strategy, video launch strategy, my client was able to like get complete like her his high ticket mentorship completely sold out because we literally were talking about capacity last session and said, okay, so you have the amount of clients that you want, like, can you get more? Can you get more? And he said, like, honestly, it turned out better than I expected. I was not ready for my success. Are you ready for your success? Let me ask you, are you ready for your success? Drop yes in the chat or drop no. There's no judge. There's no wrong answer. Are you ready for your success? Because listen, one thing I want to share with you. I also have human moments sometimes. And sometimes when I have those human moments, I picture the absolute worst case scenario. This is a little exercise that I did with myself. I'm a clinical psychologist, so I know like certain therapeutic techniques that I use for myself, for my clients. Coaching is not therapy. I don't do therapy in my program, just an FYI. But this is the technique that I used. I asked myself, okay, the worst possible outcome is this. Like, and the worst possible outcome, like, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like I would lose everything. But what would be the best possible outcome for your business? And it was equally terrifying because, like, I don't think I created enough capacity for the best possible outcome just yet. And guess what? This is why I reduce the number of people that I'm working one-on-one at the moment only to 3 people, so I can create capacity and container to invite more people in a well thought out container. So, uh, are you ready for your success? Are you ready for best possible outcome? Because like a lot of the time, people like when I start working with clients and they get the results and they can take more because they have not created the capacity. Are you ready for your capacity? Also, like I talked to someone yesterday, and a gentleman was asking me about like high ticket offer and working one-on-one, and I said like, well, eventually you're going to get it's going to become a bottleneck in your business. Let's say you want to create like, I don't know, 200K in your business, 150K. Eventually you're going to like, it's not going to be scalable for you to work just one-on-one for a longer period of time with people. How do you create capacity? So another my client, I have to preface, not my business client, but I also I like remember when I was telling you how my business offer was created because my career clients were asking me like, and Theo was a good example of it. He asked me like, okay, I have my business, but like I'm not confident enough just yet to run on my business full time, and also I don't know what I'm going to do with my business. I don't have clarity. So let's do career legacy, And can you help me with my B2B, business to business proposal? And this is what we did. We put together a business to business proposal, and also we were learning about how to, like, my client was learning about how to handle objections in B2B space. And he was able to land a bit, he was able to secure a B2B client, and he was able to land a corporate contract as well. Because, like, again, you're a business of one, and sometimes you work as a business of one with corporation. So this is like this is another case study that I wanted to share with you. So uh, I have a little bit of time for Q&A, for questions and answers. Uh, so people in the Zoom, if you have questions, drop your questions in the chat, or better yet, come, like, turn your video on, come on screen, and ask me your question just live. Totally fine. You can come on camera, you can come on screen with me and just ask your question live. Absolutely, absolutely appropriate. So as people put, like, getting together with their questions, I'm gonna check other social media channels, making sure that, like, I'm not missing any questions anywhere else. Drop me your questions. What questions you have for me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Zoom. Drop your questions. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, and like, so tomorrow I'm going to talk about more so the framework, how to let let's how to land clients within 90 days on LinkedIn. Like, my framework, what worked for me, what works for my clients, and also, like, I want to share a little bit about pivoting too, because I made a pivot in my business, and I made a pivot on LinkedIn. So, like, I'm definitely gonna join that. And on Friday, I'm going to be doing sales training as well. Sales training as well. And after that, we will have sessions on Saturday and Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. But upcoming session tomorrow is how to land clients within 90 days. And it will applicable if you're making a pivot, or if you get stuck somewhere in between in your process. Like, this is where, and this is a really good session to be, because maybe there is a wrinkle that you need to iron out and clean out in your strategy, in your outreach, in your lead generation, in your offer, and or in your positioning, right? Because it is 100% possible to land a client or make a pivot within 90 days. um so no, like, Lynn, you're okay. I didn't hear anything. You good. Lynn, do you have any questions for us? Like, I know you shared with us that you were like, high ticket offer club, but any questions?
I don't know if a question per se. I like everything you're saying. I don't know if I'm not great on follow up. I'm just not getting people on the phone even, and I think that's partly my fault for not being clear on to reach out on how to reach out, and also, and maybe this will resonate with other people. My zone, I'm a spiritual guide. I transform people's lives. My zone of genius is not LinkedIn marketing and is not marketing at all. I don't want to be on the computer. So this is why I'm having a really hard time building my business and getting the word out, because I don't want to do it. So I guess that's my main thing, because I'm sure there's a lot of people like me. We're in the art of transformation, not the art of, I'm trying to create my dream life, and my dream life isn't in front of LinkedIn. And I've actually found it very time consuming to do. We have a similar, I think we have the same, one of the similar coach, we overlap a little bit. And I just find the whole process very time consuming, and I'm not getting the results. My network is definitely growing. but I seem to have a block with getting into the one-on-ones, whether it's even like a chat or a phone call or any of that. And I don't know if it's my strategy or just like an inner block that's keeping me from doing the actions I need to do. So I don't know if you have any words of wisdom on that. I know it wasn't really a question, but for us coaches that don't really want to be online marketers, like what's your advice for us?
Yeah. So like this is really good question. Um, I think there are two parts of it, right? Like one part is like your identity, right? Um, are you really like dropping into that identity that like is really that coach that does one-on-one line charges high ticket offer? This is something that I cover in day one. But like in more practical advice, right? More practical advice is I would look at the messaging and I would look at how many times are you making an active invitation? So, like, I think my question to you, so how many times per week or per month are you making an active invitation on LinkedIn to actually connect with you and make it easy for people as well?
I would say at least once to twice a week. A lot of my posts, I post on all different things. Some snowflake stuff, definitely taking client because I have high ticket clients that are having amazing transformation. So it's not that I don't know that my stuff works and that people will pay for it. Um, but what was your question? I totally spaced. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, like how many times you ask people to
Oh,
like actually
so
book a
multiple
call?
times a week, I'll do my post and I'm like, hi, I'm Lynn, aerospace engineer turned spiritual guide. If this interests you, blah, blah, blah. And then my is book a purpose clarity call. So I'm doing a call to action to book a call with me, I think fairly regularly. Um, I'm not into doing master classes anymore because I don't I've haven't had luck filling seats yet. So I'm just kind of focused on this like really organic one-on-one connections. And so I'm doing that through purpose. Would you like to book a purpose clarity call? So I'm doing it twice a week, but
So I have a
I mean, I
follow-up
guess my
question.
messaging must be off.
I think it is messaging because like well and I know you, right? Like we were in a networking call with our coach. So like I know you, I know what you do. And I'm a little bit more aware of like spirituality and guidance. But let's say for me personally, I'm not quite clear on why do I need it and what would be the outcome, right?
Right.
Because again, like your content is not really about you. Like, yeah, you can tell, you can utilize your story and storytelling techniques, but your conversion origin story is the story about your customer, is the story about their transformation. Because you are an engineer and you drop into spirituality and you drop into spirituality for a very, very good reason. What is that reason? When I see that reason, when I see why I need it, I understand why you need it. Like you know, like quite frankly, like you need a client, you invite me to book a consultation with you. Like that's perfectly clear. But why do I need it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
why
guess in
do
my
I need?
mind, because you only know your own perspective, and to me, it's obvious that the earth is a hellfire right now. We have active wars, we have genocide happening, we have political separation. That's just, and then the inner world, everyone's got their own inner stuff I could pick out. I'm sure everyone's got some issues with spouses. And so I guess I just think it's obvious that inner work is the only solution, but I guess other people don't get that. And I guess that's the
They
difference. When you've
they
been
don't
on
get
this journey for a long time, you forget what people don't know.
they don't get that because like even for my messaging, right? I started pivoting at the beginning of the year and I started with a very like solution aware content, like how to create content that converts, how to create like converting live stream. And there are people like you, Lena, like, I don't want to create live stream that converts. I don't want to create video, period. No, go away. But again, like I want to address the video question like that you asked me too. But again, now it's actually okay, let me put the horse before the carrot and start at the beginning, start at problem unaware. And when it comes to like masterclass, webinars, launches, right, I don't utilize a launch strategy that other coaches like utilize. I don't utilize live launch, right, like as it is prescribed, right? You do like 5 to 9 videos, and then you have cart close, and then like on the last day, you delete your content. Like I don't do that. I only delete my content when my messages was off, or I made a strategic mistake in that launch. So, but like my purpose for like this live stream, right? Or those live streams, they're gonna live on LinkedIn, they're gonna live on YouTube, and it's gonna they're gonna become nurturing sequence for my audience
Mhm.
because I did that work once. I'm gonna do that work again, and then the more content, because like for my let's drop into my career coaching offer, right? Because when I'm not actively marketing, and it's probably gonna sound like a dream come true for so many coaches who don't want to be content marketers. Um, I created legacy. And YouTube will actually push your content if it is resonates, right? It creates legacy content, evergreen content. And people like once in a while, I hit somebody. Actually, I'm gonna have a consultation on Friday with a young lady about career, like which is like I'm not actually marketing. But guess what? That content that I created, it keeps circulating. And also, when we have enough data, enough content, enough nurturing sequences in our public facing messages, let's say you are talking to like an engineer like me, and I say, like, well, I'm actually don't know if it's something that I want to invest right now. And you say, like, perfectly fine. Would it be okay if I sent you like a video, like a presentation about like energetics so you can learn on your own and see if it resonates? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I would like to learn about it. And you send them a video that performed really, really well. So you have the data from the previous streams and previous engagement that works really well. And how do you know that? Either by public engagers or private engagers. For example, this video performs well because you are on my call with me, asking me a question, engaging with me, right? Like that works well. I don't care what LinkedIn says. I don't care what YouTube says. Like if I don't hit the numbers with the metrics, I just need to repurpose that video as an individual video or chop it into separate pieces. But I have I don't have to redo my work. So like this is and the beauty of creating a bank of content is that over time, it's going to be easier and easier to fill your evergreen program without doing launches, without doing evergreen. Because I know coaches who they started with like live, like live stream launches, right? Like we can call it lean launch, I call it challenger launch, right? Like you do live streams, you structure your live stream in a very particular order, and then you keep that live stream in your social media. But what my coach did eventually, she launched only by podcast without going live like 9 times a month because she already had that bank of content. So it's like it's a patience game, right? Patience is a virtue. So you first when you're starting out, you're working for your business in order for your business to work for you. So it's an investment in your businesses in the long term game, if it makes sense. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's what I do. A lot of my sessions, if someone does I videotape them all for evergreen stuff. So I'll ask one more question since I've got you
Yeah.
here, because I think this might be helpful to people too. So what I do, sometimes I have a podcast, and then the podcast guests, I'll offer them a free session into hopefully a purpose clarity call. And so I've had a couple people, this happens to me more than I like. They'll come to, I'll hear on more than once, this is amazing. This is just what I need. This is what I've been looking for. But I have to go do this thing for a week. Let's touch base. And then I'll touch base. They might get back to me. They're too busy. How about in a month? I'll touch base in a month. And I might poke a little harder. Like, I know it's easy to put this, I'll try to call out what I know the objection is, and I get ghosted. And I don't think they're energetically ghosting me, like I still go and like their pages. I'm still trying to keep
Mhm.
that. But that's the other thing I run to a lot is people saying that they want it and then not coming for it. And it's because the work I do, like spiritual work at its core, it taps into the human's greatest fears and blocks. And so it's very easy to find a million, why do you need spiritual growth? Well, the thing is like that's kind of why I'm making sure my niche is people that are already seeking it, because you can't convince someone that doesn't think they need it that they need it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I can try, but when I have people that say they want it that won't even take it, I just kind of get a little frustrated. So how do you deal with keeping the conversation going, not being overly needy, but also like trying to hold someone at their word, basically? Like, if you
Yes.
said you need it, I don't want to just let you, like, because part of me just wants to like walk away from them and just give my energy to, like repurpose. But I feel like there's an active lead out there that just has some fear that I need to somehow help them through. But if I can't get them on the phone, you know,
This
so
is urgency problem.
it's a lack of time thing is the main. Yes, exactly. There's but like
Urgency.
I'm talking about clients that have had cancer. Like, people have had like major things happen. Like, how can there be a lack of urgency? But the time, when I switched to LinkedIn, the money objection went away and I got a time objection.
Yes. So when it comes to time objection and when people are ghosting or actively ghosting, this is more so and this is more so or urgency. And the urgency part uh comes from two places, right? Like first, like do we have urgency in our businesses? Because a lot of the time we attract clients that are like us. Because my clients, they're very similar to me. They're all type A. They're like, oh my gosh, I was working with you for 2 weeks. Like, well, like where, not like where are my clients, right? Right. But like, do it like they're ready to jump and act right now. But also, another part of urgency is urgency in them. And this is where we uncover and strategically educate them, not coach, but strategically educate them with our content, with on our consultation calls or sales calls. What does it really cost for them not to do the work? And when it comes to time objections, right? Like the longer they prolong that, right? The longer they not doing the thing and not doing the work, like the worse it gets. And really show the data. Because like with one of my clients, for example, like with Donovan, right? Like he had a classic objection where he said like I don't have the time right now. I have a lot of commitments. And I said, but yet also we're listening to what they say. And I said, like, well, like you just told me that you are looking for like that you are trying to create something bigger than yourself, and but not right now, you're trying to actually um wait until you're done, right? Like, which one is that? Like, what is more important for you? Is it more important for you to build your business or wait for another 6 months until you build something for yourself? Like you just said that you're almost 40. You just said that you tackle that with their own words. And my client said, like, you know what, you're right. Like I said, like, I think this is a commitment issue. This is not the time issue. This is commitment to yourself issue. And like what is resulting in like in your personal life when you keep procrastinating and put yourself second, right? With my client, with my recent client, what I did, we like I like with my business clients, sometimes I run strict calculations and projections. Like, okay, like you want to be at this number. Right now you're at this number. You have 150K gap. How are you gonna close it? And like calculate them and then my client would say like, well, I know what to do, I would like to do it myself. I'm like, okay, like you have clients who do it themselves. What is their success rate? Like, not good. Like, okay, what makes you think that your success rate is going to be good if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? Like, you listen to your prospect and you uncover, you answer those objections with their own words because, like, if they're on the call, they want to work with you. They just unsure and insecure. And a lot of the times when you tackle those issues up front, right? Like you're not gonna have objections. And also at the end, right? When client walks away from your session, like, oh my gosh, that was so good, you haven't done a really good job on educating them on their gaps. Because majority of the time, from my consultations, people go, oh shit. Um, yeah, what do I need to do right now? Because they see the gap. Like, because like, yeah, like they get the value, like I'm naturally soothing and I'm a former therapist, but at some point we're gonna hit the harsh truth. Like, okay, this is the gap, this is what you're missing right now. What are we gonna do about it? And that's
It's
what it
funny because
is.
every coach tells me a different thing. Like, I mean, because the work I do is healing work. So if I give you a free session, you're not going to leave feeling worse. You're going to leave feeling better. So some
Yeah.
people are like, give them the free session so they can feel how good they feel. The gap is how you felt coming in versus how you left going out. But that's the thing. When they leave feeling good, they don't really know that they need all like one's good. Can you imagine what eight's like? Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be giving a free session. I don't really know, but
I think your free session should be your consultation where you educating them like what's needed. And like
so don't do the free healing session, just do the discovery call.
I would
Because I've been
advise
doing
that.
this free session thinking that would oh, that was so great. Of course I want a discovery call. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like but sometimes like sometimes we do them disservice because
Yeah, I think that's what
they're
I've been
done.
doing.
They think that they're done. They're
Yeah,
not done. They just started.
yeah.
They just got started. And this is like the same with my business clients, right? Like when we start working together, like and they're already paid, they're already in the program, they get excited, like, oh my gosh, I made it. I'm like, no, you just got started. Like, like no, like it's exciting to be sold out, but you have a bigger problem on your hands right now. You have capacity issue. So you're just starting growing. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
All right. Well,
Well,
thanks for your time. I don't want to keep you anymore, but this was some great information and hopefully the viewers also got some value. And yeah, I'm going to
yeah,
keep asking myself. I wrote down is the urgent, like I need to create more urgency and what is the cost of not acting.
yes,
And I just have
absolutely.
to find a way. It's really hard to put deep, meaningful, esoteric things into words, you know?
Yes.
Because it's a felt sense. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to say anything. We shouldn't have to look around the planet to see that there's a sense of urgency and we are a collective consciousness and we need to change together. So,
Yes.
I mean, this is the urgency. It's so in me, and I don't know how to get that across.
Through your content, through breaking down with the language that they can like a child, right? Like a kid, a child, they don't know what's going on in the world. They don't have the urgency. And this is why sometimes we lovingly need to call them out and call them up to that urgency through our content. And I 100% know what you mean. And um, the esoteric work, right? Sometimes people have more return on investment that they can imagine. Because when we start diving into our own identity, our own energetics, like start aligning ourselves, we start aligning the collective too, because we are part of the collective. Once
Yeah, the
one piece
return
is
on the
here,
investment of my work is infinite. Like, I know the value. I don't know how to clearly communicate the value.
yeah. Well, like, let's continue the conversation. I'm more than happy to help you with that. And everybody else, like, thank you so much. I do have to run because I have a consultation really soon. Thank you. I mean, Ling, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I'm so grateful for your questions, for being on the screen. Everybody, like, you have my links. Come to join us. I don't buy. Let's have a party together. So, like, come tomorrow. And Ling, I will definitely see you in the DMs. And
Yes.
until tomorrow, bye, y'all.
Mwah.